Okay, students, I'm trying to help you use your Pearson Realize Reader to do your comprehension check and analyze the text questions. So first thing you gotta do is go to your Gmail account. From there you go to the little waffle. I'm gonna click on the waffle, scroll all the way down to Pearson. From Pearson, of course mine's gonna look a little bit different. You're gonna get to the bridge, you click on Pearson Realize. You're going to click on, for you guys, browse, I guess, but you're probably just going to have your one book that you have for me. You want to open it in a new window, and now you're in your Realize Reader. So how do I hand in my homework? It's pretty simple, but if you haven't used it, it gets kind of crazy. So it starts me at Unit 1. I want to go to Menu. From there, I want to go to the table of contents. I'll use this video for both freshmen and juniors. However, we're in the junior book. So the juniors are reading in Unit 5, and they're reading the Crucible Act 3. So we'll go to Crucible Act 3. For my freshmen, you'll be in Unit 4, and you'll read Romeo and Juliet Act 3. But the steps are the same. So once I'm here, I got this page. This is crazy. So I want to be able to read more. So I will take that menu away. Kind of opens it up a little bit. This guy is hideous. So we're going to get rid of him. So hide that guy's ugly mug. Okay. So what you have here is making meaning. Making meaning is where you have all of those comprehension check questions and analyze the text questions. So I'm going to click on making meaning. Okay, you can do any question that you want to. It doesn't really matter to me. I want you to dig as deep as you want, but I do want you at least to do comprehension check and close read the text. So you can do your vocabulary on here. You can do anything that you want to do. You can check it out and not do anything, but you must do comprehension check. So we're going to go to that one first. Click on comprehension check, and right here, it asks for the first question: where does the action of Act 3 take place? Okay, so I'll open up my notebook. This little notebook thing pops up, and I already typed in. I look over here at number 1, the vestry room of the Salem Meeting House, which would be a perfectly good answer. Now serving as the anteroom of the general court. Okay, so you could say a courtroom. I put makeshift courtroom here, so I can go edit. It's also the church. The meeting house is a church. In the meeting house, I can go / courtroom. Okay, and I will save that. Okay, so now that's there. Now once you type that in, I'll be able to see it. Every one of you that has a notebook and you have it open and it's in your Realize Reader, it's going to be under your name as you've done the work. So that's a pretty cool thing. So let's scroll down to close read the text. Now in your books, close read the text is off to the left or right hand side. It says stop here, and it'll ask you to do these questions, same thing as it says here. I also want to point out for those of you that want to follow along, and the acting is not too bad, you can click on play.
The Crucible, Act 3, by Arthur Miller. Drama. Review and anticipate. Act 2 ends as Elizabeth Proctor is accused of witchcraft and carted off to jail as a result of the scheming of Abigail Williams. John Proctor demands that Mary Warren tell the court the truth.
Okay, so
Act 3, by Arthur Miller.
The vestry room of the Salem Meeting House, now serving as the anteroom of the General Court. As the curtain rises, the room is empty, but for sunlight pouring through 2 high windows in the back wall. Right.
Why do you hurt these children?
I do not hurt them. I scorn it.
Giles's voice, roaring.
I have evidence for the court.
Voices of townspeople rise in excitement.
So as you can see, that's not too bad. They actually acted out for you. It takes them 56 minutes to read it. You could probably read it faster. Obviously, you're not acting. But it's a pretty good way to get a little bit more invested, as it is a play and it's meant to be heard and watched. So anyways, that's a pretty cool way to follow along. Now, In the close read questions for juniors, it asks reread paragraph 368. So let's scroll down here to 368. Oops, I already have it highlighted. So on 368, without warning or hesitation, Proctor leaps at Abigail and, grabbing her by the hair, pulls her to her feet. She screams in pain. Danforth, astonished, cries, "What are you about?" And Hawthorne and Paris call, "Take your hands off her!" And out of it all comes Proctor's roaring voice. "How do you call heaven? Whore, whore," right? So we have that moment right there. So what does Miller present the action in this way, or why does he do that? What effect would this create for an audience? I think he's showing the frustration of Proctor. In this situation, and it's kind of violent and angry. So what effect would this have on the audience? I think it would definitely serve as probably shocking. So I'm just going to shocks the audience. It's a shocking image watching this guy pick her up by her hair. So as he kind of loses his cool. So that's all you have to do. You hit close and you go on. Close read 42 through 46. We can go up. There, I'm going to scroll up here. It's a little bit easier using this guy. So I have this. So how do I highlight and things? It's really cool. You just hover over. 42 through 46, it says mark examples of non-standard English. So you can see I have reading right here. Okay, so I just hover over reading, and it's read in, right? So it's not very good. I can underline that. I can circle it. I can put different colors around it to make it stick out. So that's pretty cool. You can highlight it in a different color if I wanted to. So I could highlight reading in pink so it sticks out. So that's what they're looking for in 42 through 46. I have D to C here. We have I broke charity, I think, with the woman. So you can see where Giles uses non-standard English. And so I would go to my notebook. I say Giles uses non-standard English, which shows his intelligence level. He's probably not as smart as Danforth and the other people who are more well-read. So that might make the audience more sympathetic to who they're dealing with. He's not. He's old and he's not super smart. So that is how you do it. Once it's in your notebook, I can see it. You're able to hand in your work as you go. I know those of you that are going to stay in the book, you'll just have to hand that whole book in, I guess, on May 30th, and I'll go through and give you a grade if you don't want to use the Realized Reader. So thank you, stay safe, and we'll talk soon.